I am. Not only for today and all of you showing up and supporting us, but for 21 years. You all supported me from the start. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of sucks to lose my last game here, but you know what? I lost my first game too, so it's okay.
And that was 13-time WNBA All-Star Sue Bird back in 2022 at her final regular season home game in front of a loud Seattle Storm crowd. Bird's storied basketball career is the subject of a new documentary titled Sue Bird in the Clutch. The film goes behind the scenes with Bird in her 19th and final season in the WNBA and shows a revealing portrait of what drives one of basketball's all-time greats, both on the court and as an advocate for the LGBTQ community alongside her fiancé, former U.S. women's national team soccer star Megan Rapinoe. And the documentary subject, 5-time Olympic gold medalist, 4-time WNBA champion, and the all-time WNBA assist leader. That is quite the resume. Sue Bird, she joins us now, along with Emmy and Peabody award-winning director and producer of the film, Sarah Dallin. Thank you so much for being here, both of you. Sue, you know, you've obviously spent a lot of your life in the public eye and used to seeing images of yourself on television, but agreeing to do this, a documentary, is a very different matter, particularly because it captures so much off the court as well. Tell us what led you to it.
So I have such a unique experience as an athlete in the trajectory of the WNBA, and kind of each part of my career almost parallel path that in some ways. Like, as I was finding myself, the WNBA was finding itself. And who better to have a story told about them? And I also think it's really important to tell our stories in a way that is nuanced, that shows the detail of what it's like to be in our world. And now that women's basketball is booming, the timing of this couldn't be more perfect. As it turns out, I won a lot, so that helps.
Yeah.
Makes for a good story. But I just thought it was so important to, even though I'm a little more on the private side, to let those cameras in and to hopefully continue to propel women's basketball.
So, Sarah, certainly, as Sue just said, I mean, women's basketball having a real moment right now, both in the college and professional level. So talk to us about how you put this together. What sort of stories did you want to tell? Did you have a challenging subject who's not used to perhaps being so open about some parts of her private life?
Well, the most important thing for us was we wanted to capture Sue's final season. So we wanted to enshrine that in the documentary. We knew it was going to be special. We knew that the fans were going to turn out to see her play in her final season. So that was important to us to capture that as part of her story. And then as we go through that final season, we're flicking through all of those highs and lows in her career, which, as Sue pointed out, mostly highs. You know, just a few spots there with, you know, some injuries and things that she overcame. But yeah, for us, the main important thing was just to really capture her story of that final year and use that as the spine to then get to all the themes of women's basketball that are so important.
The touchstone for a lot of basketball fans and documentaries, The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan one, which also captures his last season in Chicago anyway. Did that provide some guidance for you? But how do you also think, how is this story different? This obviously Sue is a very different character than Michael Jordan. Yeah,
very different. We really wanted to make this a unique story, and, you know, Sue's story is, you know, because she's played for so long in the league, I feel like she is someone who set a path that other players before her haven't done. So she has really created that. So that was very unique to women's basketball and her experience, and that's what we wanted to show.
And so you played your entire career in one city, Seattle. Talk about how the fans and that team is such a character of your story.
I mean, I grew up there in so many ways. I got drafted at 21. I retired at 41. So those are very formidable years. And I got to grow. I got to understand who I was, both as a basketball player, but also as a person. And the fans were there the whole time. I mean, I always, whenever I see fans, I joke. They've seen us, you know, raise banners, and they've also seen us lose some really tough, important games and everything in between. So what made my retirement season so special, as it turned out, when I announced the retirement, was being able to share it with the fans. I don't like to use the word closure, but it gave it a nice little ending point.
So, as we mentioned, the women's game is having such a moment right now. The Sweet 16 tips off this afternoon. Talk to us about what you're seeing here. We have, obviously Caitlin Clark is a breakthrough star. The South Carolina team undefeated. There's more. There's far more buzz about the women's tournament this year than the men's. There's no question. And tell us about just your predictions, but also how it feels to sort of be part of the foundation to led to this big moment.
Oh, yeah. I take great pride in knowing that my fingerprints are all over the game. A lot of players' fingerprints. And I hope I continue to have impact as a retired player as well. But as far as the college game goes, so many good teams, so many good players, of course, led by Caitlin. She is so compelling the way she plays. I think people wanted to. It's must-see TV right now. And what she's really done is brought the casual fan to women's basketball. That was the fan group we were missing a little bit. We had our diehards. Mm-hmm. We have people that don't like basketball. That's cool too. I don't love hockey. I don't love baseball. It's fine. It was the casual fan, and Caitlin has really broken open that door to let that person in. And what they're finding, and I'm sure they'll realize it soon, is all the other talent, all the other great teams, all the other, past, current, whatever it is. There's a wealth of wonderful play in the WNBA, and we'll see all of them in there soon. Yeah,
the women's tournament on this weekend. So is the documentary, Sue Bird in the Clutch, available right now on Apple TV and Amazon Prime Video. Sue Bird and director and producer Sarah Dolan, thank you both for coming in this morning. Really appreciate it. Congrats on the film.
Hey, everyone. MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.